That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's really what it is. Yeah. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. You in trouble, check me out. Pay us now, check me out. Pay me double, check me out. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. New Nipsey Hussle, check me out. Nigga fuck it, check me out. Nigga fuck it. I came from nothing. Shootouts in public, riding buses, buying Benzes, buying buckets. Knocked me off from my grind, that's what they wasn't. My life was ugly, and I got money. Got a glimpse of that, that's not for me. She say she love me, she think she love me. She want my money, I think she funny. All bad bitches, V12 bitches. Broke niggas die slow, while the rich get richer. Shit like that. Shit like that. Sound like it looks. Sound like it looks. Sound like it looks. Yeah. We on the show. Check me out. Above the law. Check me out. I sang my pants. Check me out. To show my draws. Check me out. This how we ball. Check me out. Slots and more. Check me out. I fuck her once. Check me out. And never thought. Check me out.
What's up? What's up? It's about that time to get back into it. I've been out of mission for a minute. Got other parties that I've been working on, taking care of some business. It's family time, you know what it is, but I'm back at it. Let's talk it. Let's get it together. I got one of my guys. He was on here before, but we decided to jump back on it and talk our barbership once again. He has a lot of stuff that he's been working on, putting together. We're going to talk about the industry, the growth of the industry, things that might help a lot of barbers that are transitioning, trying to find their new road, new growth, what they can add on, what they can do, what they can change, how to elevate their pricing, the way the economy, how it might be affecting them or affecting those around them, but how you just stick to the path, stick to the road, and keep elevating, and don't let anything steer you away from what your goal is. So you already know, I can keep rumbling and rambling on and on and on, but it's about that time to let my boy, the barber, T-Zeezy, come on in. Let's, you know what it is, talk that barber shit.
Oh,
All right, how you doing, my boy?
I'm good. What's up with you, my boy?
Everything is great, man. Can you hear me clearly? Is the Wi-Fi on point?
Yep, everything cool.
All right. So let's start off by saying, how you been? Like, what's been going on?
Man, I've been cool, man. Just been, steady progression. The usual, nothing crazy. Just working,
as
normal
as we
stuff.
as we should. But before we jump into the mix, I always want to check on my guests, make sure everything is great with them. I want to make sure, how was your fourth? What did you do? Did you work? Did you take time out? Did you spend time for yourself, with the family?
For fourth was kind of quiet. We just did some, obviously I got down on the grill a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We actually stopped buying fireworks. My daughter's like already, so my neighbor down the street usually does a big old show for the neighborhood, so it's cool. We just park out front and watch their stuff.
Okay. I like to do the same thing. I like to just, chill, lay back, spend time with the family, and then, just sit back and let the neighborhood do what it do best. And I really don't try to go anywhere spectacular or big. I just, really stay home, stay local, and just watch the fireworks from the porch. So that's what I usually do every year.
Yeah, I'm on the same tip.
Let's dig dig in. Let's talk about what a new road have you changed anything from the last time that we spoke?
Changed a
Uh,
lot, man. Changed a lot.
I know we spoke about, what it takes to be a barber in this industry, the mindset, the growth, the education. You spoke highly about education.
Oh yeah,
Never,
definitely.
never limited yourself to, expand your mindset, your growth. And I think that follows everything that you do in life because, like yourself, you always growing. Um, you're growing from your childhood to your teens to your adulthood, and I feel that's the same thing that you need to do when you take on any aspect of life when it comes to your family, your business, and your career. And I love
Yeah,
that you spoke on that. Like I'm at the shop, but when I'm not at the shop, I'm studying, I'm picking up a book, or I'm looking for outlets that's going to show me new things that's coming in the industry to keep elevating my craft. So yeah, like what's the new elevation that's been going on with you from the last time we spoke?
man. Obviously still learning, still growing. I've been reading a lot. I do a lot of audiobooks. I've been doing that. My brother just wrote a book, so I was reading that. You know what I'm saying? Always learning, but I've transitioned from owning a shop into downsizing into a studio. So that's probably the major shift that everybody's gonna want to hear about. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, let's dig into that because I know we spoke. Uh, I should have did more of my homework. I should have went back to our archive and pointed out some things that you was kind of like speaking upon when it came to the craft of the barber, barber community and the barber shop. So what was it that said, okay, it's time for me to venture out? Do you still have your establishment? Do you still let it run, or you just completely like separate yourself completely from it?
I'm gonna try to piece together everything you just asked because it was like
Yeah,
breaking up
I know.
audio
I
wise.
kind of threw a lot at you.
Now you good. So I sold my old shop to one of the barbers that was working with me. So it's his now. It's called Who's Next Barbershop. They still
Okay.
the homies. You know what I'm saying? We still kicking and all that stuff. So there's no animosity there. That was probably like the biggest like oh, is everything okay? Like what happened? Why is it because it all hadn't happens. It happened so fast.
Yeah,
And I just really got tired of being a shop owner.
yeah.
I just realized I don't think that's my personality type. You know what I'm saying? To own a shop and being responsible for that many people and have it unorganized. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely could have did it better, but it's a lesson learned. But yeah, so sold it to the homie, and then yeah, downsized into a studio. My clients love it. I love it. It's more of a controlled environment for me to control and like keep clean and you know what I'm saying, film content. All those things are a benefit. I can I've been doing one-on-one private classes in there too. You know what I'm saying? So it's opened. It's crazy because the smaller spaces open up more opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of a weird, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a I can come and go as I please. You know what I'm saying? Do what I want, film what I want. You know, have it whoever I want in there. And to an extent, you can do that in a barbershop too when you own it, but it's still a collective space. You know what I'm saying? I got to respect my barber's space and their clients and stuff like that. So, that was the biggest shift. And then, like I said, your audio was cutting out, so I didn't
Oh,
catch some of the
okay.
questions. So throw some more at me real quick because like I said, I was trying to piece them together.
All right, my bad. Is it coming in clearly now?
Yeah,
Is
we
it
good now. It
okay?
was like a connection issue because it was like
Choppy.
cutting in and out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So I mean, from what you you stated, kind of answered what I was saying earlier, but I noticed from a lot of people like this is the new wave. Like I know a lot of barbers are really separating themselves from the barber shop to like going into a suite because they feel like they're um like you said, it's more to you and your consumer. You have the ability to connect with them on I don't know if I could say, because like I said, I'm not truly wet behind the ears, but I'm still new to this industry and I'm still learning as I grow and stuff too. And for me as a child going into my adulthood, all I knew was the barbershop.
Right.
And me working, being able to work at two shops. I worked on Melrose in
Mm-hmm.
California, and I saw brotherhood. These
Oh yeah.
guys worked at multiple shops. Like, Crenshaw back in the day had phenomenal like barbers all like down the Crenshaw way. And one of the big shops, I don't know if you ever heard of it, it was called Millennium.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the barbers came from there and then eventually gravitated to Melrose and opened up their shops. And they worked for someone where they was clashing at one point with the owner and the barbers and how they perceived things and how they looked at the stuff from the way the owner did.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't want to quote them wrong, but I think the owner wasn't really like a barber.
Okay.
Like she just
Okay.
owned the shop and let them do what they did. But she still tried to minimize how the barber mindset of how they can bring in clientele, how they can shift the shop and give it more minority and stuff like that. But like I said, I saw how they maneuvered, how they moved. Is it chopping up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's chopping up a little bit. Yeah.
I think it might be my Wi-Fi. Let me check something real quick.
Okay. Okay. It only lasts for like a couple seconds. It'd be like cool, cool, and then like a couple seconds it'll like break up.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, then they opened up their shop. I got a chance to, be around the guys and see how, they was doing stuff. And then I wanted to like learn more of the business
Mm-hmm.
aspect of how to really hone in on my craft, how to really know the business aspect of it, not just be a barber. So I went
Right.
back to the guy that I'm with now at the barbershop that's in Inglewood, and he went through the same thing with some of his guys that they was together for a long time, and then eventually they went their way, and then he was there at the shop, and now it's just me and him.
Right.
So I get some of the, I guess, the perks of almost like the salon aspect of it, because majority he's not there all the time, so he'll come in on his particular days and then I have my days.
Right.
So it's not like we're like really around each other like the majority of all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just me and him, so I don't really have like the environment of like other barbers in there and dealing with their personality, how they maneuver. It's really no clashing at that point.
Right.
But, like what was it that said, okay, I had this shop, I dealt with all these personalities, but now I want to shift and now see what the salon part is, and what gave you that inspiration or that idea to like say, hey, I want to walk away from this and create over here.
Um, it was kind of a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I actually wanted to open up a studio before I opened up a shop.
Okay.
But location things didn't work out, so I ended up just opening a shop. Excuse me. So we have all these life goals and things we chase throughout, whether career goals, personal goals. You know what I'm saying? Relationship goals, all these things. I feel like the majority of barbers want to own their own shop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a goal of the majority of of barbers in the industry, and so hitting that goal, you know what I'm saying, and operating that space, it kind of like I seen it, you know what I'm saying, and I was in that space, and I was just like, this ain't me, like this ain't my end goal, you know what I'm saying, this can't be it, you know what I'm saying, it almost came too easy, you know what I'm saying, like I hate to say that, but like you know what I'm saying, I got here so quick that it's like it just didn't feel like it was my home, like my place of like, all right, this is where I landed, you know what I'm saying, and then we're gonna build here. I felt like there was still more for me to grow. Um, and I was finding myself more in the operation of running the business than actually like continuing my barbering. You know what I'm saying? So I was having this weird transition where like I wasn't creating content, I wasn't like networking as much with people, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, my craft was kind of just on autopilot, and I wasn't comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was missing something that I didn't have, that I had before that I don't have anymore. And I was like, what's the difference here? Like, what changed to where I'm not, you know, I'm not really like happy cutting hair anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really like happy making content. And so what it was the stresses of owning a business. You know what I'm saying? And everything that comes with that. You know, managing the books, managing the bills, managing, you know, where my location was, I was driving down 3-4 times a week, you know what I'm saying, to stop people from breaking in and, you know, doing all that stuff 2-3 in the morning. I'm like, all this stress, like, isn't, you know what I'm saying, equating to my happiness of owning a shop. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those, like, you know what, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So, and so, you know, I looked more into the studio life, and, you know, I reached out to a bunch of people, and they reached out to me about, you know, the differences of obviously working in a shop and in a studio, because I had never worked, you know, truly by myself, and so it's kind of a different realm, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, you know, there is a swing right now of barbers transitioning into studios and like smaller workspaces,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's really a divide, you know what I'm saying? Because like we need, and I'm saying we need this as like outside of barbering, communities need those barbershops. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't be just a one room type joint. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
collectively, communities need those shops, and those shops need those communities. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fine balance, and I think that I want to say that, you know, barbershops are a great environment to grow in and learn in, and, you know what I'm saying, you can grow your clientele, you can grow your social skills, you can grow your professional skills, you can grow your skill sets. You know what I'm saying? Working with other people, you know what I'm saying? You got banter, you got, you know, hey man, I would have did it like this, you know what I'm saying? Like you got all these things to help you grow, you know what I'm saying? That's your community right there, like you said, it's a brotherhood. And that's what I had at the shop, but it's just, you know what I'm saying, I was missing a piece that was like, this ain't it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta be something more for me out here. So I gotta, you know, reach out. Now with the swing to studios, I think it's a great avenue for creatives. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the time some of these like overly artistic and like crazy creatives that get like put into a barbershop or like a shop, I feel like it kind of limits them, because there's like, unless you get into the right environment with the right support system inside that shop, you're forever gonna feel like um kind of shy or like afraid to push the envelope, you know what I'm saying? Because you're working around other people, and they might not see your vision, and they might not see what you're trying to do, and you might, you know what I'm saying, catch
Yeah.
some type of feeling off that, you know what I'm saying? And so and I've experienced that, you know, being in shops and recording myself and, you know, doing my YouTube videos, and oh, look at this guy, you know what I'm saying, try to be famous, and, you know, it's like man, I'm trying to progress, and you over here roasting me
Yeah.
like if you're afraid to do it, I get it, but like don't stop me, you know what I'm saying? And so um I feel like those suites are really big, and that's kind of where I was pushing towards, more like content creation, education, you know, private things like that, you know, because I miss the barbershop answer. I miss the guys. I miss, you know, kicking it. I miss the
Yeah.
community. I know my clients do too, but on the other side of that too, my clients love the exclusivity. You know what I'm saying? Like the private. We can chop it up about whatever. You know, if I want to film something, I can shut my door, have my windows frosted. I don't got to worry about nobody fishbowling me. You know what I'm saying? Like staring in, distracting me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can really lock in, and I feel like when when I first made that transition into the studio, my work was coming out crazy, because I was so much more like locked in and like focused and like happy again. You know what I'm saying? And my fades and my lineups and my content creation was just like coming out like back to what it was. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so it was just super dope to have that feeling back. Um, and let me go ahead and hold on a second, bro. Sorry, this dude that's in the comments, man. Just not the riser dude, but the other dude. Ignore him. He's like an internet troll. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, he
I
popped
wasn't
up,
going.
and I'm like, man, this dude better not start on his stuff. Anyway, sorry to get distracted.
Nah, you
But
good. You good, man.
yeah, I definitely see the swing of guys trying to think that they need to be their own boss and all that and work by themselves. But I definitely think that there has to be a staple of community barbershop still. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think there's a divide of guys that are happy working in a shop as a community barber, and then there's like that other side that's like, you know what I'm saying, they want that private, introverted, you know what I'm saying, space.
I think what I like the most now, especially after COVID, it really lay out that you can have both.
Oh yeah,
Like you don't have to be, stuck in one place. Everything is about maneuvering and growing. And I feel like this, a lot of like, you have a lot of barber owners, or you have a lot of barbers that feel like, oh, if you walking away from a barber shop that offers this or offers that and brings this and that type of value. I mean, at the end of the day, you're the barber, so you're bringing your craft, you're bringing your ability to, give what the customer needs. So it doesn't have to always be the barber shop per se that's gonna
oh
make
yeah,
you 10 times better than who you are. Yeah, you can see your peers, and you can see something that you see like, oh, I like how he turned the clipper this way, or how he flicks the hair this way, or how he can cut straight hair a certain way. I didn't know how to cut straight hair, so I could look at him. But
right,
that only lasts for how long you want to keep studying that until you go and you're like, oh, I can go to a class, or I can look at the
yeah,
internet. I can do this. It's the same thing. So I think the thing where we're kind of like missing is that why are we competing with each other? Why do we feel like we always have to compete with the person that's next to us? Like, you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. You gonna make
hmm
your money, I'm gonna make my money. I'm gonna go over here and still make my money. You can stay over here and make your money. Why it has to be, oh, now I'm looking at you going to a suite and I want to hate on you like, oh, you going over there to that sweet life.
right. Nah, that's real though. Like I feel like that's been like a subtopic in a lot of different industries, especially the barbering industry. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys want to undervalue other people and, like, you know what I'm saying, hate on them, and it's like, for what? Like, what reason? Like, there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Especially what I've seen is a lot of that comes out of insecurities. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see you doing this, I could never do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hate on you, so you don't want to do it either, so that I feel better about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, but like that's really what I be seeing happen, and it'd be crazy. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't want to stay too much on this subject because we can go so many different places. But I want to ask you one thing, and I know this is a new realm for you, but as far as someone that say, okay, I enjoyed the barbershop, I enjoyed everything that it gave to me, but now I want to see what the suite is all about and how I can transition and bring my clientele. Like, was it hard for you to tell your clientele, hey, I'm going over here now, that was so used to being in the barbershop? Or the marketing point now of, like, people could drive by and see a barbershop and go, oh, they go to a barbershop, let me go check it out. With a suite, it's not like that. So now you really, like you said, you on your game as far as like your marketing, your Instagram, your social media, letting people know what you do. Like, how's that been for you? No, and then also, like, your price points. Like, now, we've been talking about how to shift the mindset at the barbershop to get more barbers to understand that, hey, we're doing a job that changes the personality and the life of someone that's, maybe going on a date, like you said the last time, or going to a job interview and stuff like that. And I know
Right.
sometimes we're still stuck in that little small medium of like, oh, I can't charge no more than $25, or I can't go above $35. But you charging 100. Like,
Right.
talk about that first one, and let's layer into that $100 bracket. That I'm not saying
So
all barbershops got to charge 100, but I think we all should come to a realm where if somebody's charging 70 over here and somebody's charging 80 over here, that we're still not too far from each other, where people coming in and criticizing, why are you charging that much? Nobody's paying $80 for a cut. You need to be charging 25. Why are we still in that
right.
realm?
So to answer the first one, like transitioning my clients was a little bit easier than I thought it would be. Um, I've curated such a strong clientele, like such a strong and like loyal clientele. I I could probably go to the moon, bro, and they'll follow me. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed enough to say that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely like whenever I do, move locations, I try to like move it to a spot where it's like relatively close to where I was, so my clients don't have to
Gotcha.
travel any farther than they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my new spot is like 10 minutes from my old spot. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it's like I try to like, you know what I'm saying? And so I think the biggest transition as far as clientele was so many people were used to pulling up to the shop early and kicking it, you know what I'm saying, and enjoying the vibe that we had created in there. And now it's very like punctual, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like you got to be here on time, you got to be here, I can't really be early because I'm usually running on time, you know what I'm saying, or even a couple minutes late. um but once they saw that environment and saw like how it operated, they adjusted very quickly, you know what I'm saying? And like I
Okay.
said, a lot of them like it because it's like when we're in here, because sometimes your clients want to talk to you about something serious. It might not be no sad shit. It might just be like, hey man, I got a business idea, bro. I'm trying to run by you, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the whole shop to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And so you might have a situation where I'm trying to talk to you real low in the shop. You know what I'm saying? So no, ain't nobody ear hustling. And then, they're why y'all acting weird over there, you know what I'm saying? Whispering and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know how it goes.
I know.
And
Yeah.
and so I feel like the service that I've offered over the years kind of has always fit that private one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? And I just curated it inside of a shop atmosphere. And so now that I'm in a private atmosphere, they're like literally every single person that came in was like, yeah, I see your vision, bro. Like I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I, I've I'm kind of weird. Like so, I I've always documented my processing, and I've shared everything, and and I've always been very like um, willing to try, and all that stuff. So when the people around me see me make a shift, they know it's you know like it's pretty serious. It's calculated. It's not just like a random thing. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm gonna like go into it, and so a lot of them were like, "Oh, you switching to a studio? Cool. I already know it's gonna be fire. Like I already know it's gonna be dope.
That's dope.
I already
Yeah.
I know you, so I know it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of eased the transition. But I'm trying to remember all the questions, brother. That was a lot.
Well, you
Okay.
asked
So
it. You answered that part, and then I was asking about like, how do we get away from the aspect of like, why are we pickpocketing somebody else's like growth and understanding? Like, if I charge this, maybe in time you should be thinking about doing the same thing. Not like, oh, that's crazy for you to be charging this. You should be sticking at the $35 to $40 price point. Yeah, I see
yeah,
that a lot. Like, I see that from our customers, and I see that a lot from a lot of barbers as well.
yeah. I feel like as an industry, like as a whole, I think we're all undercharging, right? Because the value that we put into people's lives, other than just the haircut, already should raise our price, right? And I'm not saying, and by no means I'm saying every barber needs to charge $100 or $85 or something like that. But I'm saying
Yeah.
like level playing field. what happens a lot is, this guy's down the street charging 20 so he can take all your $40 clients. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like, we'll never be able to control how people try to, hate on people, throw shade or, so we kind of got to move. And I see it happening now as like a collective of, there's a certain generation of barbering that we're all in right now. You know what I'm saying? The social media barbers and all that stuff. I feel like we're all moving as a unit right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as like pricing is concerned, and like, styles and stuff like that. Granted, some of those people are a little on the outer edges. You know what I'm saying? Kind of still borderline, but as a whole unit, I feel like we're all moving towards. Man, hold on a second. Psst, you stupid cat. My cat's trying to get out my window. Anyways, so them trying to like control, like, oh, you should be charging that. You know what I'm saying? You should be charging this. Like, you don't know what I do in my chair. You know what I'm saying? In case you've never sat in my chair, maybe you should come over here and see what's up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should come over here and see what we got going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different over here, and vice versa. But I also feel like there's a small group of barbers right now that are like, and I've seen Marv talk about this, where it's like that's just my price. I'm not going down. You know what I'm saying? You broke. You da-da-da. And I feel like true barbering and true barbers, you know what I'm saying? Not just like cutters and like things like that. Barbering, like, especially in like a barbershop environment, pricing is very fluid. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I got guys that, I charge $100. You know what I'm saying? I got guys that have been rocking with me for, 15 years, and it's like, yo, I charge you like, you know what I'm saying, like 70. You know what I'm saying? But when I was in the shop, if somebody came in and was like, hey, I'm looking for a haircut, you know what I'm saying? And all my other barbers are full and I got time, hey man, have a seat, I got you. Oh, how much is the haircut? Naturally, everybody's expecting, and the barbers would look at me too, like, you about to hit him for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see, he's walking in. And what I would do, and I don't know if this was a good barbershop owner thing, this is just me as a person. I would charge him the same price that the other barbers charge. That way, when he comes back next time, it's not a jump scare. And then I would tell him, hey man, check it out. I got you today for the 40 or the 50 or whatever, you know what I'm saying it is. Just let you know, this is how much I normally charge. If you want to come back with me, it's going to be this price next time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to give you the same quality service. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, and then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But if I would love to have you come back, even if that price is too expensive. These guys can take just as good a care, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they charge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna lock you in for like the kind of the shop minimum. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll move forward from there. But I feel like there's a lot of guys that are just like, I'm dope, so I'm gonna charge this, and that's it. If you can't get in my chair with that, like, kick rocks on me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you limit yourself a lot like that, because even as $100 barber right now, I still give away so many haircuts. You know what I'm saying? And like, I still, like, when I'm trying to grow clientele and stuff like that, I will still be out and about, and I will talk to somebody and be like, hey man, like, what's up with you? Like, who cut your hair? Your haircut look decent, but I feel like I could like dial that in a little bit more, blah blah blah. And I'll show them my work on Instagram, and they're like, oh man, you're tight. Well, how much you charge for a haircut? I'm like, well, I charge $100. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I can't pay no $100. And so sometimes I'll risk that just for the content. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, bro, I know I will snap on your haircut. I know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. And so I hit him with like hey man, you know what? I feel that. I think you could afford it. You know what I'm saying? If you just like switch your mentality up a little bit. And I'll be like, yo, why don't you come? You know what I'm saying? Come through. I'll chop you up for free the first time. See if you rock with it. See if you think the quality is worth it. If you do, we can continue business. If not, hey man, enjoy the haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, that works.
We're not gonna shy away from that real quick. I love the whole. There's a lot of barbers on here, and I know it is. I see a lot of people trickling in, leaving comments saying that they appreciate what we're doing right now, appreciate hearing what you're sharing. That's really key information for barbers that are looking to increase their price points, but they're trying to figure out how to do it. or you already had a high standard and you're trying to see how you can build more of your clientele, that information right there was very key. You know, there's nothing wrong, like you said, in that way that you say you're giving out a free cut, you also be able to get content from that cut. So you could
Right.
video record that cut, show your craft, and now use that content and put it on your social media page and go, hey, this is what I did with a cut, and use that to draw more people in. So, and like you said, when, you know, hey, this is my price point, but I'll get you on this one. And if you do come back, this is what it is. So it's not like they didn't know when they come back, like, hey, I came back,
Right.
so I already know what I'm dealing with. So yeah,
Yeah.
good marketing, good information.
Because I'd rather lock you in as a client off the work and the professionalism than off
Mhm.
the price, right? If you come in and I'm like, oh, that's $100, 9 times out of 10 you about to walk back out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't know
Right.
me, you don't know what you're about to. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, if you
Yeah.
walk in the shop and you say, how much is the haircut? And I hit you with also $100, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm out of here, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But so that value comes from, like I said, the curation of my clientele base and the years of, you know, levels of growth that they've seen me go through, because I do think that there needs to be different price points in barbering. I know we talked about this earlier, but I do think there needs to be different price points in barbering, because we're a service industry, right? In every
Correct.
other service industry in the world, there's a price scale. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a price scale. There's you know, you can go to, you know what I'm saying, your local diner and get a steak, or you can
Yeah.
go to, you know what I'm saying, I think we talked about this before, you can go to a steakhouse and get something, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
The atmosphere, the professionalism, you know, those things change on those scales. And as a consumer, as a customer, you kind of got to find where you feel comfortable at, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of this for this, or I'm willing to, you know, I'm willing to go to the restaurant where the food is fire but the service is trash,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm willing to go where the service is impeccable but the food's decent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I feel like there needs to, granted, I don't think it needs to be such a drastic, you know, $10 barber to, you know, $1,000 barbers.
You're right.
Which, you know what I'm saying, like, because, you know, being in the position that I hold right now, I still get on Instagram. I still see young guys cutting out the garage for $10. You know what I'm saying? And they're hitting me up for like, "Hey man, what do I do on this?" You know what I'm saying? And I still show them love the same way I do with somebody who's paying me to give them like that time. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but yeah, no, I just want to say that real quick. I do think there should be some sort of a there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
otherwise, I feel like it devalues the people that really put in that work to hone that craft in. If this
Mm-hmm.
person just can come in and be like, "Well, I cut hair too, so I'm gonna charge that too." Like, it's two totally different services there. You know what I'm saying? It's two totally different
Yeah.
experiences. It's two totally different skill sets, and it's like that person that puts in that time should get paid more than the person. And I've seen it. You know, guys fresh coming out of school, I'm charging 60. Like, bro, what? Like, I mean, ask you, go ahead, but like, you finna be sitting around all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll have somebody walk in like an old man and be like, "Oh, I just need like a one all over. Well, I charge 60." Man, if you don't sit that man down for $10, because slow money is better. I grew up in the hustling era where
Yeah.
slow money is better than no money. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I'm like, I get $10 over. You know what I'm saying? Like, sitting here, oh yeah, hey man, have a seat. How
Yeah.
you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
conversation with the old
I
man.
100% agree with that. Like, you know, if you just in the shop or anywhere you're at, and you're not, you know, it's not constantly somebody walking in. You need to get out there. You need to hustle, and you need to find ways how to build up your revenue and build up your craft. So, if you just coming out the gate like, oh, I'm looking at all these celebrity Instagram barbers that say they try charging this amount, or this is what I'm hearing that people are charging, and I need to be charging me 80, 70, $100 a cut, and you don't even have that clientele, then it's like, okay, what are you doing? Like, how are you really putting yourself in this game to really make yourself grow? And are you just thinking about is the money aspect of it, not like, okay, I want to take this as a business and really grow my business. So,
Yeah, you start fighting an uphill battle that way, and it's
yeah,
a long road.
yeah.
It's a long road.
It's funny because like even when I first started out and I was working on men rolls, like the minimum at the barbershop was like I think 50, 55 or 60, somewhere around there. And some of the clientele that was coming in, because I was like, I felt like I was still fresh out of school. I was still learning a lot of things. I wanted to get my blends correctly. I wanted to make sure the hair laid a certain way.
Right.
So I was still studying the craft. So, you would get the cut. People will sit up, look in the mirror, and go, "Oh, I love it. Great job." And knowing myself, I just wasn't like truly pleased with the work because I know it took me time. I was there going over the layers multiple times, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's like 40." And then I kept doing that a lot. Like I wasn't charging what they were saying that I was charging. I
Right.
always
Right.
felt like I wanted to charge because I wanted that customer to keep coming back. And the more they came back, I
Right.
felt
Right.
like the more better I would get with the craft and understanding their hair. So they were like, and then they would hear it and see the money being the transfer of the money and stuff. And they'd be like, okay, what you doing? Like, why are you charging? And I'm like, well, I feel like, I still want to, I don't want to charge you something that I feel like I could do better at. And then they was like, nah, you need to charge that 50. You need to get that $50 no matter what. What you think about that?
Uh, I think it's a very, very fine line between underselling yourself and um trying like or like not undersell like shorten yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like if the work is good and the client is happy, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I also understand like the aspect of like I feel like I could have did better on that. I'm gonna charge him a little bit less because I used to do that too.
Yeah,
Um, but what's crazy is, you know what I'm saying, like to us, it might be flawed and imperfect, but to them, that might be the best haircut they ever got in their life. You know what
correct.
I'm saying? People show gratitude different ways, you know what I'm saying? So they might be like, yeah, it looks good.
Mhm.
And it seems so like monotone and like, you know what I'm saying? Now you in your head about like, man, is it
Yeah,
good or is it like you just said it's
you're
good?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so you kind of got to, I mean, and it's tough gauging that off a first time client, you know what I'm saying? But, um, it's definitely like I feel like you should get your money. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you charge, you should charge. Or if there's a shop minimum, definitely do the shop minimum and stuff like that. But at the same time, I would try to limit that to like a case by case. You know what I'm saying? Like I would when I used to do it, I used to have my base haircut price. You know what I'm saying? And based off the reaction of like body language and like you know what I'm saying, if they kept checking a certain spot a couple
Yeah.
times, and you know what, bro, it seemed like you don't really like the service today, so I'm gonna cut you a little. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes that might be half off. Sometimes that may be $10 out. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what I was charging
Mhm.
at the time, but you know, and that will help build that rapport with that client because then they realize to you it's more important than the money. It's more important than the business transaction. It's a craft thing for you, right? It's a customer service thing for you, man. I want to make sure you're happy with the results that I gave you.
Exactly.
Because if not, then I didn't do my job right, and that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Versus the barber, like, well, give a damn if I push your hairline back, that's 50. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Run me my coins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and like that trickles into I feel like a lot of the younger barbers are missing that customer service aspect, but
Yeah.
that's where I would put that though. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as underselling yourself, like I think that's a us thing. You know what I'm saying? We be in our heads about it, and you just got to know how to kind of shift and adjust. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Case by case, client by client. Um, because like I said, that might be the best haircut they ever got in their life, and
Yeah.
you just sold it to them for $10 less than what they were supposed to get it for. Which nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, it's like you add that up over a 10-hour day. That's $100 that you missed. So it's a fine line if that makes sense.
Um, Another thing I like that for myself that I've been seeing a lot is like, say you are charging, say I charge 50, and then um, after a while, the customers that you receive, even if they're new or the returning customers, they'll give you a $20 more or $30 more on top of the price, and you start seeing that a lot. Do you determine that okay, if my customers are, I say I'm 50 and they're giving me 70 or they're giving me 80, should I up my price to to these price points now, or like how do you start weaving out like, okay, if they feel like I'm worth $80, should I start charging myself $80, charging my customers $80? Like, how did you start elevating your price points to,
So I've always raised my price out of necessity, not out of, you know what I'm saying, wanting more money, because off that $50 cut and they shoot you to 20, so you're at the 70 piece, right? If I raise it to 70, hey man, that's my max budget I can spend. So you might be getting the same amount of money, but what's gonna happen on the back end is you're gonna feel less like your client appreciate you less, because now they're not tipping anymore, right? You're getting the same amount of money, but they're not tipping anymore. So it's like well, they like the cut, you know what I'm saying? Because you expect to get a tip. I'm not saying expect as in like you greedy, but I'm saying like, most of us expect the client to tip a little something, you know what I'm saying? Like even the smallest bit, but you got to look at that like, that might be my budget. So I liked you at the 50 because I could pay you the 70, and I felt like I could tip you heavy to show my appreciation. But now that you're at the 7 and I can't afford to tip you, I feel kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Like I still pay the same price, but it's like it's a little off for me, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa, like the barber might be like, damn, this fool don't tip me no more. Like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? And so it's a weird balance. Like I've always raised my price based on like, you know what I'm saying, my schedule's getting too full, or I've after a certain time period of years, you know what I'm saying, like 2-3 years, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go up a couple bucks, you know what I'm saying, just to, you know what I'm saying, kind of stay level with the business trends of like, clipper size going up, so with that's like, I need to make a little bit more money, but I don't need to like run it up on them because I'm still cool. I just need to kind of balance this out a little bit. But like when I went to 50 to 100, I did it out of necessity because I was getting that. I was getting like hey, I'll shoot you 100. I'll shoot you 100. Here's 100. And I came to my clients. Like I said, I'm lucky enough to have curated a dope clientele where I can reach out to them like, hey man, how y'all feel about this? You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's how I run my business. I'm just like, hey man, I value y'all's opinion enough to be like, hey, if I went to this, you guys okay with that? You know what I'm saying? But I asked them in the chair every time I would see them, hey man, check it out, bro. I gotta raise my prices. I know you guys can't get in a lot right now. I'm super busy because I was literally booked 30 days in advance, consistently. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm so busy, I'm losing business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm losing regulars that are like, I've been cutting you for years, bro. And it's like, man, you so tight. Everybody talking about you in the city, and now I can't even get in with you. So it's like, you gotta find that balance of like, I don't want to lose these OG clients because they rocked with me. They will continue to rock with me, you know what I'm saying? Versus, these new guys that are coming in, I might cut them 3-4 times and they might, find somebody else and fly off into the wind. And I lost this fool because I was chasing this new bat. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And so I was hitting them in the chair like, look, man, I think I need to go up on my price, and I think I need to go so high that I'm going to scare away some of these fools. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to, you know what I'm saying, really, really up this. And I'm like, what do you guys think I should charge? So y'all know what's up. Like, what are y'all comfortable charging? And where do you think I should go? I'm getting their actual opinion. Like, hey man, y'all know me. What do you think I should charge? Shit, you can go to $100. I'll still pay it. Little comments like that, or they will start hitting me with like, hey bro, if you could get me in this week, I'll give you $100. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So the 100 kept floating around. So I'm like, okay. Next time they come in, they'll throw me their 2 cents, and then the next time they come in, hey bro, how would you feel if I went to just even 100 for the cut? I was like, we could just call it, $100. We'll take care of everything above the shoulders, whatever you want to do for the $100. Hell yeah, I'm with that. That's cool. Right. Hopefully I can get in when I want to now. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, cool. Check it out. I was like, I'm gonna go up to the 100. We're gonna see what happens. Like I told you before, I lost less than 10 clients at the time when I doubled my price. You know what I'm saying? And the OG clients that I don't charge 100, that I charge like like $60, $70 or whatever. I asked them, and I learned this from Leche. He's another dope artist. I think he works for Tori Hanzo. But I was like, look, if you promote me to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Like if you tell somebody where like you get your haircut at, all I ask for you in return is that you tell them you pay my full price.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell them that, well, because then they come in like, well, such and such say he only paid this. Why you charging me this?
Right.
Because I don't know you. I don't know
Facts,
you. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You ain't been with me for a second.
Yeah.
And you know, some guys know, so they'll hit me like, hey, my bro put me on to you. He said you only charge him this. How much you charge for cuts? And I was like, oh, it's $100. Well, why is mine like $40 more? Like, because I don't know you, bro. You a brand new client. You know what I'm saying? That's what I charge. Homie just get the price because he been rocking with me for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And so that's usually what I ask them. I'm like, look, if you refer somebody, don't tell them what I charge you. Tell them what my price is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
exactly.
90% of my clients are like, hey, man, he charged $100. You know, I don't pay that, but that's what his price is. You know what I'm saying? That's what his price is. So that's what he gonna hit you for. Just a heads up before you even try to book with him.
I wanted to talk about like what are the new streams of or what is the new things that you have on your plan list, your goal list that you want to accomplish going into 2024? What are you looking to really flip the game around? Show them what, you know, Barber TZZ is all about.
I got a couple little projects I could DM you about, but
Okay.
I don't want to start too much out on the live. You feel me? But
All right.
I got a couple things, but really, realistically, 2024, I'm trying to push heavy education. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get back into my education bag, doing events and stuff like that. I'm trying to re-solidify some of my relationships with the brands that I've worked for in the past that I kind of like, you know, distance myself from once I like I said, once I opened the shop, I kind of lost like my creativity. You know what I'm saying? So trying to rekindle and reestablish those brand deals that I had back in the day. And I say back in the day, it was like a couple of years ago, but you know what I'm saying? I still have those connections, but like that relationship kind of fell out a little bit. So I'm going to try to rebuild those. Heavy on the content creation, like I said, education. Like I said, I'm pushing more towards the creative style. I haven't told nobody this, so this is the first time on the thing, but I'm going to start experimenting with some color. You know what I'm saying? Like doing some color work and stuff like that. So, so you'll start seeing some stuff from me. But 2024 is heavy on the education. I recently hired a new financial advisor and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start moving my money around a little bit and start investing in some businesses and, you know, trying to do that route. But I got some products coming out, but they're not barbering products. So that's why I'm trying to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, because everybody's expecting me to drop, you know, like a barbering product. And I'm trying to more curate something on the back end that doesn't involve barbering. That it's still a hobby of mine. You know, it's still passions and stuff like that. So I got a couple of things where it's like I still enjoy doing these things outside of cutting hair. So I want to invest in a little bit of this over here. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I have some other projects that I'm working on with my clients. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of my clients are entrepreneurs. They own their own businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of that you know, kind of starts blended in. You know, I'm working with my clients on their projects, and then, you know, they help me out with that. You know what I'm saying, on the flip side of it. So, 2024 is going to be a crazy year, though. I promise you, it's going to be way different. But yeah, I got a couple little small businesses I'm starting, and then, but as far as like the barbering and stuff like that, I'm really just heavy on the content creation. You know what I'm saying, rekindling brand deals and education, and like I said, some creativity stuff too. Like I said, I want to start experimenting with some color and some crazy bleaching and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's funny that you said it because I went to school for my Cosmo. About to take my state board exam so I can get my license, but I definitely want to trigger into that as well and have more insight of, like, you know, what works, how to dye, how to layer, how to highlight and stuff like that. So I want to, you know, I always, like you said when we spoke the first time, like there's nothing wrong with, you know, learning as much as you can.
Never.
Yeah, being well rounded. You know, don't overdo where, you know, you're doing too much where it feels like it's work and that fun and passion. If you don't have passion for it, don't do it. But if it's
Right.
something that you feel like you would enjoy and you want to, elevate yourself, I feel like anybody that's in this industry, learn as much as you can, from, if you know technicians, ESP, and all that stuff. Like whatever you feel like you want to, jump in and out of, and build more cash flow or just more knowledge, and
Right.
never stop yourself. Um, I know I have a question for you as far as like what was it that I don't know how long it took you to find your spot, but what was it that gave you once you walked in there and said, "Okay, I could make this my home." When it came to the salon, and what was it that that they offered that really like triggered that mindset? Like, okay, if I walk away from the shop and I'll walk into this new realm, like because now it's like you're by yourself. Um, it's not a visual layout of like a barber pole or barber sign out there.
Right.
So like how I know for you, like you said, you already have your clientele and they probably do a lot of word of mouth. But for those that, are maybe been at the barbershop and now they want to trigger, like what is it that you feel like will, captivate them or elevate them, you know, being in the sweet life?
One of the things that really sold me was like, so when I went to, I had never seen, I'd always heard of solas and like I'd seen people's videos online and stuff like that. And so when I finally went in and like met the manager and like got to tour the building, it like, I don't know, man. I don't know if like, and I know a lot of creative people understand this feeling, but like when I walked into that studio room and I closed the door, I just felt like a energy where I was like, yeah, this is gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be insane because like again, when I'm when I'm in there I'm in my element, you know what I'm saying? This is my space. I'm in here. It's me in here, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
have no outside distractions and no outside influence of like, man, this is whatever. I'm just it's me. It's like you being in your house by yourself. It's me. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want to do in here. You know what I'm saying? This is me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to cook this tonight, I'm finna do that. If I want to play the game all day today, that's what I'm doing. Ain't nobody here to tell me no. You know what I'm saying? And as
Uh-huh.
far as like, you know what I'm saying, having the shop overhead and then seeing this price was like, I was like, oh, it's a no brainer. Like I'm
Yeah.
finna make more money. I'm gonna have more peace of mind. I'm gonna have more creative like you know what I'm saying possibilities and stuff. Like, oh yeah, we're going for this.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I'm in my studio, I'm so like, and I especially like mine too because mine I don't have any windows and I didn't put a clock in there, so
Mm.
it's like a casino in there. It could be 2 a.m. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
It's the exact same temperament. It's the exact same vibe. Everything. I don't know what's going on in the outside world because I'm in my studio. I don't have, like I said,
Yeah.
no outside distractions. I can't see nobody walking by, nobody outside in the parking lot, the homies driving by. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't see none of that. I see, and like I said, my windows are frosted in my room. So when I'm in
Mm.
there and the doors shut, oh, that's me. I'm tunnel vision in here. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be making content or you know cutting hair or even just consuming content in there is amazing because I could watch color videos or stuff like that and not get no over the shoulder. Man, what you watching?
Yeah.
What you trying to be a hairstylist now? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so um, it's dope because like I said, it's just in there. It's like I feel like it's a whole different world. Like I disconnect from everything, and it's just like and that's what really drew me to it. You know what I'm saying? I had so much I got so much hustle and bustle in my life everywhere I go,
Mhm.
and when I'm in there, it's just it all just kind of just
Relaxing.
it
Yeah.
fades everything else in, and I'm just like, yeah, this is it right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that was probably the major drawing point. And like obviously the price point's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was mad expensive, I probably wouldn't have done it. But yeah, just that. And I feel like the people that work in there have that same mentality where it's like this is my place of like peace, of like this is like my spot, and this is my little piece of the world right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what happens in this room, I control, and it's on me, and it's dope because I can come and go as I please. I don't gotta worry about nobody popping up on me, like because as with the barbershop, like you said, people can drive by, pull up, do all that kind of stuff. Hey man, you might be trying to like sit down and edit a reel, and some cat might walk in. Hey bro, you ain't got no time to cut my hair right now. Like, man, I'm trying to do something right now, Brian. And I can, but like I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to do something else right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to make no money,
Yeah.
then? Don't try to guilt trip me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do something else.
Yeah.
And so I like that aspect of that too. Is like I don't gotta worry about nobody popping up on me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody walking in. Hey, bro, I know you booked out on Bookie like 3 weeks, but you got time today? Like, no, I don't have time today. But now I'm stressed out because now I want to get you in because you already drove all the way down here. So yeah, just that peace of mind is what drove me in. Like I said, peace of mind and just like that creative flow just like started flowing again. As soon as I went in there, it was crazy. I can't explain that feeling, but like if
No,
you
I
know
get
it, you know it. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like I was just like, oh, this is fire. Like because I've already almost moved studios already to a bigger spot in the same building. But I was like, I hit my fiance like, you think I should do it? She was like, no, I think you should just chill out in the where you're at right now. I think you're trying to move too fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're whatever. I was like, all right, cool. I'll stall it out. You know what I'm saying? I'll stall it out.
Yeah. That's dope that you have a partner that you talk to about your business and she can, give you that medium. Yeah. It's
Oh yeah.
good to have somebody, that you can, bounce ideas with, talk about, and, they'll keep you on that right level. It's funny that that we got on this topic because I've been seeing a lot of this, especially now on social media, where people are clashing with this whole barber and salon stuff. And I know the last two videos I seen was one particular guy, I forgot his name, but he was talking about like if you work at my salon, oh no, if you work at my barbershop and you need to like it wasn't even like you like a contractor, it was like you was like his employee. And I get like it's certain guidelines you have to respect when you're in the barbershop. But he was like, if you're not in there, cutting hair and you want to take an hour lunch or you want to go this and this and come back and like you're just bouncing back and forth in the shop, like that ain't the type of guy that I want for my barbershop. I want somebody that's here 20, like you hungry to be in the barbershop and stuff like that. I'm like, I get that, but like this dude has a life. He became a barber to free up his time that he can do other things and maneuver his day how he please. But why do barber owners feel like once you work at my shop that I have like full control over how you work, how you maneuver, what you do in my shop? What type of cape that you put on your chair, what type of cape you put on your customers. Like it should be like all you doing is branding my shop, and that's what you're supposed to be doing all day. Like you paid me for this chair, but you also paid me for your time of being in my shop. And then I had a young lady that was she did a voice over like a shop, and she was saying that um, if you're playing premium suite, I mean, if you're playing premium for your chair, um, and I think it pretty much if you're paying like almost 300 and up for a chair, and the shop owner is not doing anything as far as like plugging or promoting or marketing the shop, like how do you expect your barbers to elevate and maneuver and make money if you're charging them so much and then you're not even doing your part as far as like advertising the shop to let them bring in or help them get the customers that they need so they can flourish and do the things that they need to do to pay you and survive. Like, what do you think about those two things that I shared with you right now? Yeah. Did I lose you?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, I got a little bit of experience in this. I'm not gonna air nobody out, but as a
I
barbershop
appreciate
owner,
it.
you know what I'm saying. As a barbershop owner, I can speak on this though. Depending on how you set your business up, if I set you up as an employee, like that's all W-2 and all that stuff, like you work for me. If I have expectations and you're not happy with them, hey, no hard feelings, but this is what I'm looking for. Now, am I gonna find those all the time? Am I gonna probably have an empty shop because I'm too strict? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But if you know your vision and you know the atmosphere and like the curation and stuff like that you're trying to build, I need those pieces to match that. You know what I'm saying? Like in my shop, like, all my guys were contractors, right? So it's like I have basic requests. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like I can't tell you what to do technically, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not your boss, I'm your landlord. I just rent you a space.
Correct.
And so all I ask is pick a schedule to work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling you when that is, but what I need to know is when you're gonna be here so that when people call, I can tell them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not even I don't even care when you work. That's on you, bro. As long as that rent's paid, hey, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you tell me, hey, I work 10 to 6, and then every you know what I'm saying, every morning or every other day, you're like, oh, I'm coming in at noon today. Well, okay. Like, I didn't know that. Or you just pop up at noon or whatever, or you don't come in at all. It's like, bro, how you think? Because at the end of the day, this is my business, right? So, like, if somebody comes in, well, I had an appointment with such and such, they ain't even here. Whose name does that go under? That goes under the business's name, right? You know what I'm saying? So I got to protect that to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like barbershop owners are like, well, you need to do this, and I need you to do this, and because like I would run into that, where I'm like, oh, I got walk-ins coming in, but I don't have nobody here to cut their hair. So now I'm the business, and it's like, well, damn, y'all ain't got nobody here to cut no hair, and now it's like, well, I try to go in there, but they don't got no barbers in there. Like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? Now I look stupid. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And so, but on the flip side of that, and this is where I'm saying I have a lot of experience in, right? As a contractor, you have to when you go into a shop, you got to figure out what the owner is willing to like give and take on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are paying a premium, what's he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he blowing smoke up your ass and telling you about to do all this stuff for you? You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't do that, hey, give me your feelings. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your word. But if I'm just renting you a space and it's a nice area and all that stuff, and I'm just charging you more money because it's a good shop to work in, hey man, that you got to do your own research on going into a shop, right? Like, you got to make sure that's the right spot. I always encourage barbers that want to work into a shop, go sit in the shop for 2-3 days before you even talk about working there. Go get a haircut there.
Yeah. Learn
the environment, because you might not even want to work there. You just think you want to work there because you see them making money. You know what I'm saying? But like, you might see, inside the shop, the guys don't really get along. There's banter, there's bullying, there's, favoritism. You might see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't even know, because I've seen plenty of shops where the shop owner got favorites and plays favoritism, and it's like, well, he gets to do it and I don't get to, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. So on the other side of that too is like, I had a barber that wanted the world for me, but didn't want to do nothing I asked him to do. Now, granted, you're a contractor, so like I can't ask you to do too much.
Correct.
But you talking about, I won't teach you how to do things. I won't give you education. I won't, you know what I'm saying, promote you on my platform, stuff like that. But when I ask you to, take the trash out, you know what I'm saying, that ain't my job. You know what I'm saying? He had a very negative mindset of like, that's the owner's job. I take care of my station. That's the owner's job. Which, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. However, we work in a collective space.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We all do this. It's not like I'm just like, hey man, you do this. You do, like, we all do this. You know what I'm saying? If you boo-booed in the bathroom and left a stain, bro, clean that. You know what I'm saying? It's not my job to go clean that after you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you use all the toilet paper, bro, put the roll back. You know what I'm saying? Like, little stuff like that. But it was like, they were very like, that's his job. That's his job. and he was like that because I wouldn't promote him and I wouldn't do this and I tried to preach to him like, bro, I don't know what to teach you. You got to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was also very like, you know what I'm saying, defensive on like, I know what I'm doing. Like, okay, cool. Like, cool. But like, don't say you know what you're doing and you're good and then get upset with me because I'm not giving you game and just throwing you nuggets. Like, bro, but when you do ask me, it's like, oh yeah, here you go. I'll teach you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I can't overstep because then I'm gonna feel like I'm belittling you, being like, hey, let me teach you how to do this. I already know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well then ask me what the fuck you need help with. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And then you know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't read your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you ask me, I'm an open book. I mean, even just talking with you, you can see it with me. I'll tell you anything.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's the secret. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can't tell you something I don't know you need to know, that I don't know you need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then on the flip side, it's like when I ask you something for in return, not even on some like, hey, you this for that, but like, hey, bro, if I ask you to fucking clean the windows, dog, clean the windows. You know what I'm saying? That way, when you ask me, hey, bro, can you put my haircut on your story that gets 8,000 views? I got you. I mean, trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's a weird like it's. I hate to say it's like it's the barber's responsibility, but it kind of is. You got to do your due diligence on where you're working at. What kind of team are you going into? You know, because I see shops where hey man, just pay your rent. I don't care what y'all doing here. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all doing here. You know what I'm saying? And like at my shop, it was like, hey, you're not allowed to come to work smell like weed, and so all that stuff. It's like, as a contractor, you can technically do what you want, but it's like, bro, we got an atmosphere in here. We're trying to produce. You know what I'm saying? Because I had hired a barber. You know what I'm saying? This was coming in smelling like backwoods and Bammer weed, and I'm like, bro, come on, now you stink. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to smell that. So now when the customers come in and like, what's that smell? Like, if the customers come in smell like weed, even then we're like, hey, bro, tone it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We got kids. You know what I'm saying? And when the customer is able to look into the shop and see the atmosphere, like, you know what, I'm tripping. My bad. I got you next time. And so I had to let a barber go because he wasn't showing up to work, showing up, half falling asleep in the bed. I'm like, bro, come on now. Like, you got to get up out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the time, shop owners won't nip that in the butt right away because they want that money. And if you let that shit slide, then that's when your other barbers are like, well, why is this fool doing this? And you on my ass. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you got to have that real like professional. You know what I'm saying? I expect this. I expect this. You know what I'm saying? And if we can meet in the middle, we can do business.
Yeah.
But so as a barbershop owner, I expect this from people that rent from me. I can't tell you what to do, but this is about what we expect in this collective that we work at.
Correct.
And as a barber coming in, you got to be like, hey, working in this environment, I'm hoping for these. These are the things that I'm hoping to gain from this shop. I'm hoping to, participate when you guys do events together. I'm hoping to have you help me promote, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping to learn some things in here. If you open up and say that coming into the shop, I promise you, you'll be way better off. Way better off.
Yeah. Man, you be dropping jewels every time, man. I appreciate every time you come on here and just take a little bit out of your day to share the information. I did see a lot of comments when we first jump on. People was giving you your props and telling this is a good conversation.
I was trying to watch them, but it was going so fast.
Yeah. No, you definitely got a lot of supporters and a lot of people that are rooting for you to keep doing what you're doing and keep sharing what you're doing. And I'm looking forward to everything that you're doing on the barber side and also everything that you're going to be doing outside the barber gang. So, did we miss anything? Is there anything else that you wanted to share that I didn't?
I think we had a couple topics in the DM we was talking about. We was going to chop it up about, but we could do that on another.
I'm not in no rush. If you ain't in no rush,
I got time too. I'm just talking about. I think it was off. I think it was talking about the AI stuff about how there's certain jobs that AI can't replace and certain jobs AI can replace. And I do think that barbering will have an impact from AI. because think about how many AI visuals we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like TikTok's got the little filters where like they'll make you a little AI or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine once AI software is advanced enough to start editing your haircuts that way.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
AI generated haircut designs, you know what I'm saying? And then I try to replicate it on somebody's head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or AI generated haircut and then I try to replicate that, or you know, or the false advertising or false marketing that it can bring negativity to our industry, where they might see an Instagram post of a dude with a crazy haircut and it's like, bro, that's AI. I can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not even possible.
Yeah.
And so, but on the flip side of that too, with these AI calculations and stuff that you can do, I'm sure there's tons of formulas you can plug in for like color to get certain colors and stuff like that. How do I get this hue of color, and how do I do this? And you might be able to learn that from AI. You know what I'm saying? Or I used Chat GBT to write my bio for the solar salon. I promise you. Yeah, it's a shortcut, baby.
I ain't gonna lie, my lady was telling me about that the other day because I had to do like an article, write it, they ask you questions and you gotta, write about the stuff. And she was like, they got the AI where you just go in there, plug your stuff, and they'll fix it up right up for you. So
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I talk about it in the shop all the time, and it's to the point where like it's so advanced where people are starting to use it in schools. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
Where there's universities already developing software to detect if it was AI.
Right.
Like, bro, what? Like, and so I'm scared because I'm like, these kids is already lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't let them get a hold of AI and it could just do all their work for you. So you about to look smart but be dumb as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna know how to do nothing for real. Because even when we was kids, our teachers were like, "You're not always gonna have a calculator in your pocket." You know what I'm saying? Type
Yeah.
and now it's like I got everything in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? All in one little device. And so same thing with them when we're like, well, you're not always gonna have your iPhone on you. Shit, the way the Apple Vision goggles is coming.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they might. You know what I'm saying? They might. Like, you don't know. Imagine our teachers looking at us now like, damn, they really got it all. We're gonna be doing that to our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this kid is. Those glasses, I think are gonna be a huge shift in society.
Yeah. I just think my boy sent me the article the other day, and I was like, every time I see all these new updates, everything about technology, all I see is Total Recall, like all over.
Total Recall, or like what's that movie? Ready Player One, where they just go into the Oasis and it's like whole world's falling apart, but they're like, I'm at the beach. Yeah. Good. You know what I'm saying? Like, but those Apple Vision glasses, especially because they designed those to where you can wear them 24/7, and it's so I when they dropped that, bro, I got a kid that cut. I said kid, he's like 20, but 21. But he's super into that AI and technology based stuff. You know what I'm saying? Me and him had a whole like hour and a half conversation of he was showing me all this back end research that he did on it, bro. They're literally designing those glasses to where you don't have to take them off, other than like to charge them while you sleep type thing.
Wow.
Like the same way you like dock your iPhone and all that stuff, you'll be able to dock those glasses, and it's not a VR traditionally how we're used to seeing, where like you put the headset on and like you don't see the rest of the world, you just see what you want to see. It's a mixed reality. So like I'll be able to see my living room and there'll be digital shit in here like Iron Man where I can move stuff around. So I could be sitting here chopping up with you with my glasses on and have a video playing over here, or be on a conversation over here. You know what I'm saying? And still be locked in, or I could be at work, or I could be driving a car. Imagine driving your car and your GPS is just right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. So I'm like, imagine doing a haircut and you got a tutorial playing on the side where you can kind of side eye and tighten up your fade. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's definitely a wonderful thing, but it's scary at the same time, though.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna, like I said, it's gonna advance us as a society, but I think it's gonna hinder us a lot though too, like socially.
Yeah.
Like
Because even now,
it's gonna cut like the physical.
yeah, I mean, you see that a lot with, the kids that's coming up, even, my wife, her nephews, like their calm down atmosphere is jumping on their iPads. Like that's how they realize. Like the first thing they ask for, "Mommy, let me grab your phone. Let me look at. I want to look at something on YouTube." Or they just like sitting there with the iPad up in their hand. Where as us as a kid, the first thing that we wanted to do was go outside. Like we
Man,
wanted to stay outside, connect with our friends, run around,
yep.
basketball, whatever, street hockey, stick ball, whatever. But now these kids are like, oh, I'd rather be in the house and just be on my game all day. Like, yeah.
It's crazy because I'll see like the neighbor kids will be like, "Hey, let's just go inside and I'll FaceTime them." Bro, what? Wait, what? Like, what kind of shit? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So, no, I feel you on that because it's crazy. And, like, I had to discipline my daughter recently, and we took her devices and stuff like that, and I was trying to explain that it was like that's the equivalent of us being on punishment.
Right.
Like, you can't go outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go outside
Yeah.
because like we're like my fiance was like, well, she needs to be able to like communicate with people. Like, no, it's electronic, and so we both had to like take that step back and be like, damn, that's really like the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like their punishment is like losing that outside resource because that's all they want to do. Back in the day, we wanted to go outside. So if
Mm-hmm.
you put me on punishment, I couldn't leave. That was the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I can't go outside. It's the summertime. I remember I got grounded for a whole summer. You know what I'm saying? That was the longest summer of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these kids, it's like it's all through this portal, you know what I'm saying, in their hands. And like
Yeah.
when you start linking those two to visuals, it's gonna be crazy. I'm not going outside. What do you mean? It's dangerous outside.
Yeah.
I ain't got no survival skills. It's dangerous outside. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? We learned how to adapt, you know what I'm saying, outside, being outside so much. We learned how to, you fall skinny knee, you gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's funny because you could draw this right back to the whole barber industry as well, because like um, our way of connection was bringing people into the barbershop.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
even like you said, it would be, you have your clientele, but then you have people just wanted to come in and just mingle and then sit there and chop it up and just hear the conversations. But now, like you said, we're transitioning to the salon where it's just that one-on-one connection. And then the
Mm-hmm.
way that they find you because I'm trying to look for the particular word that I want to use, but it's like, okay, now I'm close bar. I'm putting you in a close environment where it's just me and you. And the only way that you can connect with me is either you find me on social media or you find me on the app. So everything now is through technology. Like you got to search for me now. You
Yeah.
sometimes you can still have that word of mouth, but I feel like people were
Right.
more gravitating to the barbershop because they already knew what the barbershop was like. Now, how do we
Right.
transition that now that same environment that used to be in the barbershop to the salon? Like, oh yeah, the barbershop was cool in that area, but I'm about this salon life. I need to find that perfect salon. I need to do my research or who. How do I go by finding that right person in the salon now, and how do I have that one-on-one connection where I feel comfortable?
Yeah,
If
that's
that
tough.
makes sense.
That's tough. No,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. No, I know. I know exactly what you mean.
yeah,
Like, you might accidentally wander into a shop and find the dopest barber in the city,
yeah,
or you might, you know what I'm saying, have to do some research or ask around. And so now, I feel it like, and it's tough. Like, you know what I'm saying, and that's why most people that say salons aren't for everybody. It's like salons are for more like the suites are more for like established people
yeah,
because you don't get any of that. You know what I'm saying? So it might not be the best situation for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there really are no like, because even at the solar, like when you walk into like the entryway, it has everybody's info on the TV right there. Like, oh, this person does this, and I'm like, I don't mean somebody about to walk over there and see what's up with you. You know what I'm saying? It's again, it's another screen. It's another screen to stare at. You know what I'm saying? So I think it develops a different type of skill set. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
To try to, you know what I'm saying, throw throw a net out there and try to pull in something. You know what I'm saying? Because before being in the shop, the shit kind of got brought to you. You know what I'm saying? You could accidentally get 10 new clients in a week just by being there. You know what I'm saying? But now it's going to kind of create that you got to go out and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like what we were talking about with the whole AI and technology now? How will it, like it said, that link that I sent you, it said, chefs, barbers, forgot what, I got to look at it again to see what else they said that will not be eliminated by AI.
Yeah.
But how do we keep matching ourselves with elevation as far as the barber industry? Because we always seemed like we was kind of in our own realm, or kind of like behind the way everything was kind of structured. But now, after COVID, it shifted a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But now, how do we get right where everything is now and keep pushing forward?
I feel like it's trying to, like you said, utilize the technology to benefit us, right? Like now we have social media, so my world can be my work can be seen worldwide. You can book online, you could find me online. Trying to figure out, like I said, with this AI stuff, it's like you could easily, type in I need a low fade with a design, AI, boom. And then like I'm gonna look that up, and that might give me a creative style to like give to somebody that I wouldn't have thought of. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so used to seeing the same designs, the little zigzag part with the whatever.
You're right.
I'm so used to seeing the same shit. Or I might be like, hey, show me like a edgy style with this hair type and this, because it's so specific, bro, that you can punch in stuff. You know what I'm saying? I could hit it with like give me a hairstyle for a 4C type hair with this and it will bring it up everything, and then you're like, okay, cool. Now I can just go apply that to the head. So you might be able to be like, hey, give me a design that's similar to this, and then it'll pop up. So you could use that to implement it. You know what I'm saying? Or you could, like we were talking about, you can use it to write stuff. Hey, you know what I'm saying? How do I write an ad to place? You know what I'm saying? Professionally like this. How do I write a bio for a class I'm going to teach? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so much stuff that you could use that for. And even now, it's like I want to say I just watched a YouTube video where homie had the AI write him a script for like a video, and he just followed the script. I was like, that's crazy. Oh, that's nuts. But like even with like the VR, like when I had the barbershop, I was working with this dude on Fiverr for creating my barbershop in the metaverse. So that when you were in the metaverse, you can go visit TZ's barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up not working out because the metaverse didn't open up how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But my original plan was kind of ahead of that curve of like, hey, this is where we're going. All right, let's try to jump ahead. My idea that I pitched to him was, I sent him a bunch of photos and videos of my shop. You know what I'm saying? And then he recreated it, and like the prototype he sent me was, bro, that shit was crazy. I could really walk in, bro, and he had the chairs all there. Like it looked like I was standing in my shop. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And my idea was, and I'm sure somebody gonna see this and figure out how to do it the right way because they got the bag to do it. But anyways, my idea was, when you create an avatar in like a game like 2K or like in the metaverse and like the VR stuff, the haircut's very generic. You know what I'm saying? It's a very like a buzz cut, and you always like have the pushback line. You know what I'm saying? It's never crispy. 2K's better at it now. You know what I'm saying? They got the whatever, but. My idea was, again, you can come to the barbershop in the metaverse and you can purchase a haircut and it will go onto your avatar. And we can create, I can give them your haircut, I can give them my haircut, I can give my beard, your beard, you know what I'm saying, whatever, color, whatever you want. And, even if you sold those for 99 cents for like, you know what I'm saying, like to purchase for your avatar.
Correct.
And I know I could get my exact haircut that I get, you know what I'm saying? Or it's close to it, like way closer to it than the generic, like, oh, it's a fade, and it's just like, it looks all crazy. But if I could really like, I need my line sharp, on my avatar because those. I don't know if you've ever been into that VR space, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it's just avatars.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
avatars, right? So the closer I can get to this, and it's already matching my voice when I'm talking, it's gonna create that like even more immersive and you know what I'm saying. So that was my
Yeah.
goal. Was ahead of time was when these first came out. I was like, you know
No,
what?
that's crazy. That's
I was like, let me see if I can do something like this. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ended up getting as far as getting that prototype of like, oh shit, I'm in my shop right now, but virtually. This is crazy. And you know, and it was to the point where I was able to like put the music in the background. I was able to put like, you know, people talking, you know what I'm saying, clippers going off. And I was just like, it was just so much programming to be able to like sit down, select the haircut, you know, stuff. Um, but just seeing that built, you know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, this is really doable. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know, obviously it's a lot more money into it,
I know.
but
I trust. I know.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I was.
but that was my way of like kind of merging those two worlds of like, hey, how can I make this dope?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I, you know, make this to where
Now
they
that
can still participate
I
in the
love the
barber without
layout and the concept of that because that would have been dope seeing that like on maybe like a 2K, like he go out
right.
there, he balling, then he be like tell the guys, all right, I'm gonna go get me a haircut, and then
Yep.
walk into your shop and you'll
It's
purchase the
crazy.
haircut. Yeah, yeah,
Even if you figured out how to just generate different haircuts and then sell them to like
yeah,
whoever owns 2K, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, EA
yeah,
Sports or whatever,
yeah,
that shit would be
yeah,
crazy. And that's a good way to like again like we're talking about blending technology into you know real
yeah,
world like this barbering. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like because these guys that are like making the haircuts on the they just making something simple, but it's like if you had a barber influence on
yeah,
that, it would go crazy.
yeah.
Like nah, man, blur this fade a
Yeah.
little right here. You still got a little line right there, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I'm just looking forward to everything that's coming out and coming forward within this industry, especially with the whole technology, because I know it's going to really elevate us to really up our game a little bit more, and then what where we at right now. So I'm looking
Oh,
for
for
it,
sure.
and then yeah, I love to hear everything that you got going on, and then the ones that you say you're gonna DM me. So I'm looking forward to that. So
Yeah. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like oh damn. You know what I'm saying? I like to
no, but
kind of
I
like
trust.
to like
I get you want to
keep it
keep it.
on the back
Yeah,
burner until I come to fruition with the
yeah,
actual like hey check this out right here though. You know what I'm saying? So but nah man, I appreciate you having me on here as
yeah,
always,
man. This
bro.
is dope. I mean, I'm glad that
That's always a good time.
I was able to create this platform for me to connect with people all over, especially you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what you start doing. Getting back into the education.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm about to push that heavy this
yeah,
next year. It's about to be crazy. Even partially this year, because we're only halfway through the year. You know what I'm saying? So I still got a whole
yeah.
6 months left.
All right,
So yeah, be on the lookout. It's gonna happen.
all right, Pippin. Thank you again. Like I said, this ain't never no one time thing. This is our second time, so let's make it our
Man,
third, our fourth, our fifth. Keep doing it. And
definitely.
we
I love
gotta
it. Yeah,
we gotta link up soon, man. Are you going to any? Are you doing the Las Vegas?
I think I am. I think I'm gonna go out there. I don't know if I'm going out there with any brands or if I'm just gonna go by myself. I haven't like dialed that in yet.
Okay.
But
Because yeah, that
I'll
one popped up
I'll
on
probably be there.
my social media, and I was like, I might have to go check that one. I think it's in September, so
Because Jackie, I'm friends with Jackie.
okay,
So she hit me and was like, "Yo, are you gonna make it this year?" And I was like, "I'm gonna do my best." So I
okay,
didn't get to make it last year because it was on my girl's birthday, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but my girl's birthday's more important than
okay.
this." But so I'm gonna try my best to be out there. Are you gonna be
Yeah,
out there?
I'm thinking about. I mean, I didn't get a chance to do the Connecticut one. I wanted a lot of people was
That
say,
Connecticut one's
yeah,
crazy, bro.
I'm mad I missed that one.
That thing's, bro. I can't even explain to you. Like that's a whole ass movie,
Yeah,
bro. Like from the time you land, bro, until like because like Connecticut's already small, right?
yeah,
So it's like you know damn near 10,000 barbers in
yeah.
the same small ass city, bro. It's a movie.
Yeah,
I promise. And they did it at the casino this year too. Like it was.
yeah,
I seen the video of it. I was like, man. I was like, I'm not missing next year. I
yeah.
can't.
All right, so
Because it's been some years since I've been back,
let's
but it's
guarantee you next year is we gonna be there. But
Oh, for sure, yeah.
If I definitely I'm gonna keep in contact with you, and then we're gonna see if we can both make. Well, I'm gonna try to make it, but if you can make it out there too for the Las Vegas one, we'll definitely link up.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It'd be dope. It would be dope to do an in person one,
Okay.
like in person. You know what I'm saying? Like conversation. That'd be
But,
lit. So we can definitely get that dialed in. But nah, yeah, I'll be out there.
all right, for
I'll
sure.
make sure of it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll let you. I'm gonna DM you those little ideas too after we hop up here too, so you can get a little sneak peek.
All right, Pepe.
All right, bro. I appreciate you as always, Doc.
All right, man. Have a good one.